Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another AOR video. This time it's Monza, the Italian Grand Prix. And we need to set a better lap time. Only got a 21.9 so far. That's a nice turning point there, but we run over that curb and didn't get a fantastic exit. So first sector time should be pretty solid. Not the best, but pretty solid. And we're really going to need to get a good result this week because of the disaster we suffered last week. And indeed we are purple, but we've completely missed the turning point for the second chicane and suffered through the second part as well. Lucky not to get corner cutting though. And Lesmo was a bit better, as well as Lesmo 2. We're going to get a good run up towards the Scari. And should be able to be purple at this point. Yes. Absolutely nailed the turn to a Scari and it flows the rest of the way through. Really seems to be pot luck whether you can get a Scari right sometimes, especially in qualifying. Nevertheless, that one worked out quite nicely. And this last sector should be pretty good. Can we get anywhere near our PB of a 20.5? Probably not. 21.3. And due to the nature of the beast that is Monza, that time remained unbeaten because it is so difficult to match your own personal best when it matters, because the track is just so inconsistent. Anyhow, pole position, best place to start, unless you have tactics like guys like Nozem, who retired from the session before setting a lap, wanting to stay away from the first turn carnage, and I can't blame them because there is a bit of lag and it's quite likely. We're going to need to get a good start, otherwise we could suffer a similar fate that we did at Eau Rouge last week. A pretty good traction there actually, and Don Silva doesn't seem to have got the same sort of launch we have. And we'll see how it happens here. We've got someone coming down the inside and that sort of scared us a bit into cutting the second part of the chicane. But there's been a bit of a calamity behind. Someone's off, as you can see on the map. And Neverfade has made a great start to come up to third. Don't think he was in the top 4 in the grid because Mercedes locked out the second row. Let's see. We've got Nick No Name behind now instead of Don Silva, and he seems to be on pace as well. With 2 laps down we have escaped DRS though, so that's one positive. And by lap 5 it's time to pit because someone has already pitted and I need to cover that. And there's absolutely no way these options are going to make it to the phase of the race where we want to change to the intermediate tyre. We've emerged in 4th position. The 3 cars ahead have not pitted yet. I believe they're all on prime tyres. Actually no, Beads is on options. But the guys in front of him are definitely on prime tyres. That being Chris in first and Nazim in second. Beads peels off. Had a great time for us, giving us DRS and not holding us up at all. Helps us set the fastest lap. And there is the fastest lap of the race, which remains from lap 8 due to the fact that it begins raining before the next set of tyres can generate a faster lap time. As Chris dives into the pits, not going to make it to the intermediate phase. And Nazem, with the inferior traction due to my tyres being much newer than his, 5 laps in fact, falling back into the clutches of the Caterham. They have completely messed the Scari up there. They tried to back out of a move, and he's going to have to pit anyway, so it seemed to be the safe thing for me to do, not go for that overtake. Lap 16 is time for the inters. In we go. Never Faded made a pit stop the lap before. Let's see if that benefited him. Doesn't really look like it. He's up to second, but I think the gap remained very similar, so maybe halfway around the lap it became optimum to be on the intermediates. Definitely made a mistake they went into the intermediate to wet phase though. I was told, well, you just heard that message at turn 1, not the best place to be hearing that. You now have to do a whole lap on tyres which don't have enough grip. The wheel is locked up straight away. Nick No Name is actually pitted for the wets already, so he's going to benefit massively from this. Check out the map, you'll see Never Faded making exactly the same mistake I just did at La Rocha and losing a little bit of time. Now we're going to have to tiptoe this past Lesmos and Ascari, losing the least possible amount of time, but definitely not trying not to spin, as it's so easy in these treacherous conditions for these particular tyres. Can't even get the power down out of Parabolica at all. But finally we've made it to the pit lane. And I saw some primes coming out there. I hope Torres I didn't fit them to Never Faded. Now I've got the wet tyre. We are still in the lead. Nick No Name should be coming down the pit straight at any moment though.
You have no more scheduled pit stops, so look after your tyres.
If you look on the map, he's made a similar mistake to what I just did. Absolutely no brakes. And here we can't even see any braking markers, and I've just realised that that's way too late. And I've locked up for the second lap in a row, and he's done the same thing, also the second lap in a row at least. I think I'm justified in not giving him the position there because he did the same thing. A lap later I brake earlier, but I am hit. That was lag though, as I'm pretty sure. It was a bit of a lag bubble on his screen. Lucky enough to get a penalty there. I got a warning, despite being tapped off myself. But here's a crucial moment in the race. Really alleviates the pressure as he was quicker in the wet stages. Check out the map. His dot is static now, which means he has lost it at La Rocha. So that's a great relief to us. And we should be able to cruise home now. Just 4 laps to the end. And here we are at the final turn of the race. How about a 7-second lead? We're going to be able to take our 4th victory of the season and really close down the championship hunt to 8 points, the smallest it's been all season since before the first race.
Congratulations on the win. The whole team's ecstatic. Great driving.
So I shall see you guys in Singapore. I've been Jacko. See you next time.